I was ready to leave, until one unexpected moment with my spouse changed everything. I didn't wake up one day and decide I wanted to leave. No, it happened slowly, quietly, like water wearing down stone. Little things, unnoticed birthdays, unspoken resentments, conversations that felt more like reports than real connection. We used to talk about dreams. Now we talked about groceries, schedules, bills, who forgot to take out the trash. And somewhere along the line I stopped laughing, stopped asking, stopped hoping for more. It's strange how you can share a bed with someone and still feel like you're sleeping alone. I remember staring at the ceiling night after night, asking myself, is this it? Is this what forever turns into? A house filled with silence, a marriage built on maintenance instead of meaning. I thought I was done. Emotionally, I had already begun to pack. Piece by piece, I was detaching. From the memories, from the man I once loved, from the version of myself who used to believe it wasn't betrayal. It was slow abandonment, by both of us, and I had come to terms with that. Until the morning that changed everything. It was a quiet day, routine, forgettable almost. I walked into the kitchen to start the coffee, same as every day, same empty silence between us. Except this time, there was a folded piece of paper on the counter. My heart raced as I approached the counter, uncertain of what awaited me. This paper, so ordinary in appearance, felt like a harbinger of change. I couldn't ignore the pull to uncover its contents, the questions swirling in my mind, amplifying with each passing second. Slowly, I picked it up, unfolding it with care, bracing myself for whatever words lay hidden within. I opened it expecting a list, a reminder, a note about errands or plans. But what I found was something I didn't see coming. Not from him, not anymore. I don't know when I stopped showing up for you. I don't know when I started letting the days replace the effort. But I see it now. And I see you. In that moment, the weight of unspoken words hung in the air, and I felt an ache not just for the past, but for the possibility of what could still be. The message danced in my mind, a longing echo of connection that had faded. Slowly, I unfolded the letter further, preparing to confront the truth I had evaded for too long. You didn't fall out of love. You faded out of being seen, and that's on me. I'm sorry. I read it 3 times, because I needed to make sure I wasn't imagining it. I had waited so long for him to notice, to acknowledge what was slowly dying between us. And just like that, he did. The weight of his words hung in the air, stirring emotions buried deep within. Time felt suspended as she realized the depth of their connection had not completely vanished. Determined to find her voice, she started to write each word a step toward understanding and healing. It wasn't poetry. It wasn't perfect. But it was honest. The kind of honesty that can't be forced. The kind of truth that only comes from someone who finally let the walls down. That night, he didn't pretend everything was okay. He didn't try to fix it with empty affection or distraction. Instead, he sat with me on the floor. No phones, no TV, just us. Awkward, quiet, raw. He asked what he missed. And for once, he didn't interrupt. He didn't justify. He didn't make it about him. He just listened. And I cried. Not because I was hurt, but because I felt heard. I told him everything. How lonely I had become. How invisible I felt when I stood in front of him. How many nights I wanted to speak, but didn't, because I knew I wouldn't be met halfway. He took a deep breath, absorbing my words, and finally the silence felt like a safe space. I saw him nod slowly, as if he understood the weight of what I was saying. It wasn't about fixing what was broken, but acknowledging the cracks. I felt a shift between us, a bridge forming where there once were walls. In that moment, I realized I could finally be myself without pretense. Every word I spoke pulled away another layer of isolation. Sharing my truth felt liberating, like the first breath after being underwater too long. For the first time in ages, I felt like I existed unapologetically and entirely. And then he did something he hadn't done in years. He held me, not out of obligation, not out of guilt, but like he remembered me. Like I wasn't a duty, but a person. His person. That moment didn't erase the past. It didn't solve everything overnight, but it cracked something open. Something we had both buried under years of routine and survival. I realized I wasn't craving perfection. I was craving presence, and for the first time in so long, he was there. I was ready to leave. Truly, I had mourned the end before it even ended. And yet, that one unexpected moment, that folded note, that broken down honesty, that brave apology, reminded me why I said yes in the first place. Not to a man who would never fail me, but to one who, when he finally saw how much he had hurt me, didn't turn away. He stayed. He softened. He showed up. Sometimes it's not a new person that reignites your heart. It's the old one, finally showing up as the version you always believed was still in there somewhere. And sometimes love doesn't begin again with passion. It begins again